Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this very special episode of Unseen. We've got so much to talk about. Obviously, this was the second Raw on Netflix and it felt like a much better show. Last week felt like it was a bit bloated, had a lot of star power, but that star power either didn't do much or confused us. This week, it just felt like a really solid offering of a show. We're going to start with the Wyatt Sicks folder because this is important. It might have indicated what was announced during Raw, right? So here we've got this tweet from the Wyatt Sicks 6 hours ago. You can see it's got the chair, the lantern, and you can see it's got J137. It's also got ECCL 3.1, right? Now, obviously, immediately, I'm sure you did what I did, which was think Bible references, right? Bible verses. And actually, if we look at the Bible, we can find some very interesting stuff there. So John 13:7 says, "What I am doing, you do not understand now, but you will understand later." Which is very interesting, right? Very interesting. I took that as being Uncle Howdy talking about being away and you don't know what I'm doing, but you will understand. And then here we've got this one that says there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. It says this verse is a meditation on the rhythms of life, some of which are in our control and others which are not. So this is all very, very interesting. I wonder if that's got something to do with, obviously, the announcement, which on Raw was that the Wyatt Sicks are moving to Smackdown. And actually, we need to address this because I had lots of people asking me, why are we believing that? And it's a very fair question. What I would say is take it with a pinch of salt. We don't know 100% that they are definitely moving to Smackdown, but I'm feeling about 95% certain they are. And the reason why I say that is because on social media, when Karrion puts stuff out, he can do what he wants. That's his personal account. If he wakes up and he wants to be a bit cheeky, he can be a bit cheeky. He can wake up, he can, manipulate the truth. We've called him a master manipulator. He can respond to fans in a positive way, in a negative way. He could be happy, he could be sad, he can do what he wants on his social media. But on Raw, that's where they basically tell you what to say. That's where there's like a script, or that's where, you work with creative, and they basically tell you what you need to say. So Karrion Kross on Raw telling The Miz that the Wyatt Sicks have now been moved to SmackDown. They want you to know that. That is coming from WWE. That's not just Karrion saying it because he feels like saying it. Like, that has come from creative. Now, obviously, it could turn out that he was lying to The Miz. There's a chance of that, which is why we can't be 100%. But I think it's more likely that is their way of telling us that the Wyatt Sicks have moved to SmackDown. And there's a lot of people going, why? This doesn't make any sense. Why would we do that? It's in the middle of a feud. And I understand. The only thing I would say is, if the Wyatt Sicks are going to feud with, say, Judgment Day next, and Judgment Day are going to move to SmackDown as well, and we did see Dominik talking to Nick Aldis, so we do think there's going to be some sort of Judgment Day split or move or something's happening there. If they're going to go over to SmackDown and they're going to be the next feud for the Wyatt Sicks have to move. They're going to have to move. They're going to have to go to SmackDown to go where the Judgment Day are for the next feuds. It still doesn't explain why we haven't been able to kind of end this Final Testament feud. I mean, you would think that they would finish this one and then move the Wyatt Sicks. It looks like we've somehow got stuck. It somehow seems like we haven't quite got the pieces to fit. And it looks like we're just having to walk away from this Final Testament feud before we go over to start a new feud on SmackDown. So I understand the frustration. I've been inundated with people getting in touch, really frustrated with the booking here, and I get it. I hear you. Akpata, shout out to you. So this is Jason Baker, right? Let's whoosh this over. So this is on YouTube. We're not going to get a chance to look at this. I actually don't know how long it is or anything like that. I have retweeted it. It's just old promos that Jason Baker and Rowan, Eric Redbeard, did together a long time ago. Many moons ago, Eric Redbeard and I made some pretty weird promos together. Enjoy. So Jason's put them up for people to watch and enjoy. And honestly, on a quieter day, we would give this a go. We would give this a watch. I don't know how long it is. I haven't had a chance to watch it. We need to talk about Raw, but I've retweeted it. Just be aware that that is available. It's called What I See, and you can get to it through Jason's account, or you can go to my account, and I've also retweeted it. So I just wanted you to know that that exists. Okay, we did get this as well before the show. Little bit of a fan, thank you. Karrion Kross said, I'm on my way to speak with our GM. Remember to always be nice and approachable to strangers, or at least work on it. So we've got a little video clip here.
Looking sharp. What color socks are those?
Socks? They're Freddy Krueger color, because I'll kill you in your sleep.
Okay. So we know that he was on his way to speak to Adam Pearce. This dropped 2 hours ago. This was before what we saw on Raw. So this was him going to Adam Pearce, and then on Raw, we saw what happened, right? He came out of that meeting where he revealed that the Wyatt Sicks had been moved to SmackDown. And seems like he had a little bit of a beef with the guy asking the questions there. But there we go. That's the Wyatt Sicks folder. Obviously, we're not quite done with the conversations about those guys. But I really want to get into Raw. We've got so much to talk about. So here, JDS Aviation Adventures, shout out to you. So this came from the Mao Cat. The new stage set from last week was just a one-time thing. They're back with the old set. I think if they were able to sell the seats behind there, I think they may have done. And I think then we might have repeated what we had done. But I think the truth is they sold out a lot of these seats, which was good. I mean, we had those drone shots that looked amazing, and it looked like a lot of the crowd was like the crowd was full. But I think if demand had been really high, then I think we would have gone all the way around there as well. So it might just be because of the amount of tickets that were sold, but I didn't mind it, honestly. I don't mind this staging being back. WWE Creative Humor said the raw drone footage makes us so nauseous we miss the simple days of a billion Kevin Dunn quick cuts. I do like those drone shots, but I could understand some people being a bit like, oh, I'm not keen on this. You do feel like you're a fly as you're like going around. But they do look really good. Wrestle Talk just reporting that the Fortnite logo was not featured this week, but it was there last week. So we did just have the adverts that were around the edge, nothing in the middle. I thought it looked better. It would be better still if we could get rid of some of these. I think the Snickers one looks the worst, but it was better. It was a step in the right direction. Started the show with CM Punk, or Yeet M Punk. There he was, wearing some of Jay's shades as he made his way down. There we go as well, Leonard in the crowds. CM Punk grabbing the sign. Amazing. CM Punk officially declares for the 2025 Royal Rumble. And then he was interrupted by Seth. And he went over to the corner. I'm sure you caught it. He was like, why can't it be Rhea Ripley? Why can't it be Rhea Ripley? but instead it was Seth Rollins. Seth came out and he said last week was the worst loss of his career, and his only redemption is to flush CM Punk's WrestleMania dreams down the toilet. He then said that Punk won't win the Royal Rumble because he will, and Seth then announced that he will be in the Rumble. He called the Ula Fala the Falafel. He was saying to Seth, like, what did you do to try and stop, what was happening with Roman? You did nothing. You didn't stop him getting his falafel back. So, fun little moment that. PW Nexus said, for those getting ads on Netflix, Gable is delivering a promo. Meanwhile, I've got a Wingstop ad. So we left this bit and we went to the next match. Basically, Drew announced that he is also going to be in the Rumble. So all three guys that open the show announcing they're going to be in the Rumble. And what a Rumble that's going to be. It's going to be absolutely stacked. After that, really good open, really fun open, we got this. This was the moment everyone was waiting for. Chad Gable against his mystery opponent. That mystery opponent, of course, was Penta. Penta came out, looked amazing. So charismatic. The way he was walking down to the ring. Look, he's 40 or nearly 40. So much experience. This is not his first rodeo. He has been in so many promotions, so many different countries. So many matches, countless matches. Like, he was just so enjoying himself. And he came down and crowd were loving him. I could not believe how much of the crowd knew who he was. And I know if you're a die-hard wrestling fan, your first reaction is going to be, of course they knew who he was. He's Penta, right? He's been in AEW. He's been in Lucha Underground. He's been here. He's been there. I get it. I hear you. But you've got to remember the vast majority of WWE fans only watch WWE. A lot of them are young. They don't watch all these different promotions, right? If they don't see you on WWE TV, they don't know you, right? So he was getting a massive reaction, though. We were in San Jose, and it was mentioned there is a real big Hispanic community in San Jose. And he was talking in Mexican, in Spanish, and they were following every word he was saying. It felt like the Penta fan club had come out in force. I don't know that he gets those reactions in other places. Obviously, if we go to Mexico, he will. But it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. The amount of support he had, the cheers that he was getting, I was not expecting. This was the perfect place outside of Mexico for him to make his debut. Triple H's thoughts said Cole rattling off all the titles Penta has possessed over the years, from TNA to Lucha Underground to AAA, but not mentioning AEW is a hilarious troll job. Big Bronson Reed said, welcome, Penta. Just know you're in the splash zone now. I'll reserve a tsunami for your La Parker-looking ass. This girl was in tears. I believe that to be his daughter, of course. Seemed like his family were there. And so, they showed that shot, and that was doing the rounds. Great match. Really enjoyable match. I thought Penta was really good in this. Welcome to the big time, Penta, said Michael Cole. Air just wondering, did Triple H feed him this line? Welcome to the big time. Penta, of course, would go on to get the win. He would cut a promo after the match. Couldn't quite make out most of it because, as we said, it wasn't in English. But apparently Netflix have actually put up an English translation of it. So that is doing the rounds, which I've not seen, to be honest, yet. Liv said she's not mad at Dominik and then proceeded to act as if she was really mad at Dominik. So he gave her flowers. She chucked them over to Carlito, told him to get her bags, get Raquel's bags. Look at Raquel's face as well. So this is a very interesting dynamic now. Is she going to boss Dominik around and I don't know, get him doing stuff for her and not be as affectionate and whatever? Don't know. Has there been a shift in this relationship? It's going to be interesting to see. WrestleUp said, what's your instant reaction to Penta's debut? I can tell you our community scored it great, 81%. Really enjoyed it. And there's him cutting that promo in the ring afterwards. Big E said, man, Penta versus Gable was phenomenal. Thrilled to see Penta's upcoming run and a reminder that Gable has been magnificent for a long time. And then here, look, backstage, we got Triple H and Penta. New era, zero fear. Welcome, Penta, to WWE. There we go, man. This is such a great look, isn't it? That is such a great look. So, yeah, really, really good debut by Penta. So that was hour 1. Let's go down for hour 2. So we went to our next match, which was Ludwig versus Sheamus. And afterwards, Sheamus would go over and confront Bron Breakker. The announcement was then made that we are getting Sheamus against Bron Breakker at Saturday night's main event. Backstage, we also found out that Seth is going to be facing Drew. I believe that's next week on Raw. And then he seemed to get into Sami's head. He was saying to Sami about, are you going to keep being there for Roman? Are you going to be there for him at the Rumble? Are you going to help him get his title back from Cody? At what point are you going to focus on you, Sami? And Sami didn't snap back. He sort of thought about it, which was very, very interesting. This was the moment, wasn't it? Look at this. Karrion Kross says that the Wyatt Sicks are on Smackdown now. And also, it seems like these two might have broken up because I think the Miz at the end was talking about we as like, what are we going to do? And Karrion said we, sort of laughed and walked away. So I don't even know that there's a connection here anymore. There was no sign of Karrion or AOP or anything during Miz's match. So I don't even know that this is a thing. So, I mean, we're you know, big moves are happening. And at the moment, I don't have a reason to think that Wyatt Sicks to SmackDown is not true. Then we had Gunther in the ring. Jay came out to challenge him. Jay Uso versus Gunther for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday night's main event. Lots of interviews happening whilst you were at commercial in America, or I don't really know how it works. Some people in America tell me that they don't go to commercial, so I don't really know who goes to commercial, who doesn't go to commercial. But we had lots of interviews. We had this interview with JD and Carlito. I mean, what I would say is these interviews are very throwaway. There's nothing here that you need to be aware of. I feel like these are the sort of Raw talk interviews. You know, they interview them, not much is said, nothing really changes. We did get an interview with Rey Mysterio, and he was asked about Penta, and he said, I've known Penta a long time. I always felt like his home was here in WWE, and he was like really pleased for him. And that was it. And then they said, can we talk about the New Day? And then the conversation changed over to the New Day. But yeah, this was just one of those, watch your tones, don't disrespect Jackie. What was funny was the crowd were booing these two. And I think it was JD. He was like, God, you're not popular here, are you, Jackie? They don't like you. But the crowd, of course, were booing these two. Lenny, shout out to you. I'm going to move this, Lenny. I need to move that into the community folder. But Lenny, I appreciate it, buds. Lenny just got some update information for us there. We'll get to that. Rey Fenix was talking about Penta. Let's whoosh over and see if we've got a translation. Let's translate that post. Here we go. Congratulations, bro. Without a doubt, my favorite fighter. You deserve all the best for all you've worked for. The #1 fighter. I am very proud to be your brother and see how you have achieved all your dreams. I love you and zero fear. So there we go. That was Rey Fenix's reaction to what went down on Raw. Rey Fenix, of course, a AEW superstar. I mean, it doesn't massively matter. I'd be probably more shocked if Rey Fenix hadn't have put a message out, but there we go. Charlie, thank you. Craig, thank you as well. Right, and then, of course, that took us to match number 3, Lyra Valkyria against Dakota Kai. We were looking to crown the first women's Intercontinental Champion. Oh my God, look at the size of these wings. She's definitely gone out and got some bigger wings made, and they look so good. So good. Bayley appears during the commercial break and gets the crowd to chant, Michael Cole is an idiot. It was really fun. It was good. Good little moment. Lyra picked up the victory in what I thought was a really fun match. Lots of hard-hitting spots. That suplex where she suplexed her and she ended up going outside the ring rather than on the edge of the ring. Oh, some really good spots. So happy for her, said Sportskeeda. Zelina Vega said Kota is still champion. She's the people's champion. That arena loved her, and we all do. Congrats, King Kota. You killed it, and you will always be amazing. It would be nice if she could have congratulated Lyra as well on what is a great achievement for her. I mean, I'm not aware of there being any heat or any problems, but yeah. Then we got this Logan video package. He said he wants to be the face of WWE. And he was talking about all the hate that he'd got from jealous people and all this nonsense. Right, these two matches, of course, Bron Breakker against Sheamus for the IC title, Saturday night's main event. Gunther, Jay, Saturday night's main event. This card already coming together. It needs to. It's only like, 11, 12 days away, so... Right, look at this. Rhea Ripley, look at her hair. She looks lovely. She looks really good. Mom is back on top. This brought out Nia. Now, Nia did say she was here to talk about a transfer potentially, but she didn't confirm it. And Michael Cole on commentary said, we don't know yet. Like, we can't confirm that she's now a Raw superstar. I feel like that might have been fed from the back. I feel like Triple H might be like, can you just let them know she hasn't actually moved? So I don't know where Nia is. I don't know. Michael Cole made a real thing out of making sure we knew that she hadn't 100% moved. Bayley was in the crowds. She jumped over the barricade, came to Rhea's aid, and yeah, now that's a team. Look at that. But that's also a very interesting match as well. So Rhea and Bayley going one-on-one. That would be a lot of fun. And Bayley was having a good look at that championship. A good look at that championship. So I am totally down for this matchup. JBL is going to be on the show next Monday. Was not expecting that. But there we go. WWE Hall of Famer JBL is going to be on next week's Raw. Seth versus Drew, a WrestleMania rematch. That's also on Raw next week. And the New Day. Look at this. WWE plus, we're sorry. The New Day return to action. Right, here we go. Wow, look at that. Amazing, isn't it? She's come from NXT UK, gone to NXT, gone through that brand, got to the main roster, worked hard, put in some really good performances, got to the final of Queen of the Ring, of course, losing to Nia in the final, taking one of the most horrific annihilators you will ever see. And here she is, look, winning the Intercontinental Championship, the Women's Intercontinental Championship for the first time. And you know what? I think she's going to be a great champion. I think she'll be a fighting champion. I think she'll have some really good matches. And yeah, she just made history. We witnessed history. Right, Netflix have translated Penta's promo to English if you want to listen to what he has said. It said, and to all my people from Mexico and all of Latino America, there's the family look. I want to say thank you for being part of the process. Thank you for joining me in my journey to get here to WWE. For those who know and for those who don't. Come here. What? This is the result of a Mexican who wants to move forward, people. Oh, look at him. Thank you to my family who are here. I love you. But before I go, I want to say a few things. He's very good on the mic, and he's very charismatic. Oh, is this an English bit? That might have been an English bit. Okay, so that might have been the Mexican stuff. That might have been the stuff that we missed out on. So, very good. Now we're in the know. Right, then I think we had Sami versus Miz. Sami getting a clean win, which I really liked. And then that brought us to our main event. Hellacious spots, which there's no way you missed that unless you missed the show. A broken arrow through tables. Finn was battered. That then brought down Carlito. That brought down JD McDonough. That brought down the War Raiders, which is obviously very interesting. War Raiders dealing with Carlito, dealing with JD. That just left Damian and Finn one-on-one. Loads of brutal action. I can tell you that the community scored this match great 77%, I believe. So really enjoyed it. I think it was just below Penta and Chad's, but I think both matches, you know, really, really good. Really good. That was a monster spot. And yeah, there we go. Rey Mysterio talking after Penta's debut. And Sean Ross Sapp said there are multiple post-show dart matches listed internally for tonight's Raw. Not sure what it means for the length of tonight's show. So Trenton, thank you. Obviously, we found out that tonight's show would be shorter than expected, going 2 hours 33. So yeah, I think that really took people by surprise. Took me a bit by surprise. But there had been word and rumor and a few rumblings that Triple H could look to be around that 2.5 hour mark. Of course, what everyone's going to say is, why could they not do a Final Testament Wyatt Sicks match? Because, you know, you've got that extra time. I don't have an answer for that. I can't answer that. You've got to ask Triple H. I don't know. Even if the Wyatt Sicks are going to SmackDown, why not end that feud with Final Testament this week? Why not just do a match? It's done. Just a big fight between them all. Wyatt Sicks win. Off they go to SmackDown. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if something's happened. Right. Something has happened here. PW Nexus showing us a message from Alexa Bliss. And I said this during the watch along. Frank Sinatra, My Way, you tend to play it at funerals because the first line is, and now the end is near, as I face my final curtain. It's all about the end. It's all about reaching the end of the road and looking back and, you know, being happy that you lived your life your way. So this is not just a song. Like, this is a very significant song. And it sort of suggests the end, goodbye, reflecting. And so Alexa Bliss posted this earlier today on Instagram. And PW Nexus Here, look. Had it attached to their message about how one of their insiders was told that the creative plans for Alexa was on hold, kind of implying that the two things are connected. That's what that implies to me, that these two things are connected. Now, we have had a bit more of an update, though, right? I mean, look at this. Patrick said, plot twist, maybe she just likes the song. PW Nexus was like, if only. If only it was just that. It really implies there's something going on with Alexa, yeah? But then things get a bit more confusing because just a couple of hours ago, she said, shall I bring back the pink or nah? Is she asking us as a character or is she asking us as her as a person, Lexi? Is she... I don't know. I have no idea what is going on with Alexa Bliss. But there are things happening. You know, there's rumors of like trying to sort a new contract out. She's then putting this out about saying goodbye and being the end of something. Maybe this was her way of us, you know, saying goodbye to Raw. Perhaps that was her way of telling us that she's no longer going to be on Raw and she's going to be on Smackdown because that's where the Wyatt Sicks are going. Maybe it was that. And then she puts this out. So, yeah, don't know. Bit confusing. Make of it what you will. Let's go to WWE because there's quite a bit in this folder. So, Robin, thank you. Tyler Bate close to returning from a pectoral tear, a torn pec. So, Charlie, thank you. Bate is expected to return to the Raw brand once he is cleared, which is any time now. David, thank you. Saturday night's main event scheduled for May 24th and July 12th. Apparently one of those dates the same night as AEW All In. From what I've heard, NBC select those dates. I don't think that's WWE trying to cause AEW problems, but you can never rule it out, of course. They will always want to try and cause them problems, but I don't know that it's happened for that reason, to be honest. Right, Bad Bunny confirmed that WWE Backlash is going to be in Mexico. This is courtesy of Rolling Stone. So, Bradley, thank you. Seems, I mean, I don't think this is the logo. I think this is something someone has created, right? So, I don't think that's the logo. But, yeah, apparently Bad Bunny has said Backlash will be in Mexico. There is a conflicting report about that, though. So, we'll come back to that. Robin, again, thank you. Bad Bunny wants to return to WWE for one more match. He says, I just want to do it one more time. I want to put my life at risk in the ring. I felt like I didn't risk it enough in the ring, and I want to do it. I want to scare my mother. Loser. What a loser thing. I want to scare my mother. Okay. When? I don't know. We stay in contact. Well, I ain't a Bad Bunny fan, right? I don't know his music or anything, but people know that I'm just not a fan of celebrities getting in the ring. I think you should be highly trained wrestlers. There's a reason why they get training and so much training. The idea of a singer celebrity going in and trying to, you know, beat a highly trained... I've said before, if he wants to get in a wrestling ring and have a wrestling match, that's fine. But part of the deal should be he then has to go into an octagon and face a highly trained MMA fighter. If you're going to do the one, you have to do the other, right? And then I would be very eager to see what celebrities would be down for a wrestling match then. If you had to step into an MMA cage, which TKO can sort. That's not a problem. They own UFC as well. So would he be as willing to do it? He probably would, actually. But there we go. PW Chronicle, Jade Cargill is back at the Performance Center today and has been in the ring working out. The mystery of who attacked Jade Cargill will be part of her next storyline in WWE, obviously. And there are two different pitches as to who could end up being responsible, but we can't find out who. We don't know what two. So I don't know where that's going, but that's coming from PW Insider. Right, the name is Bear, thank you. So this news coming from, I don't know this source, but they do have 30,000 followers, right? WWE 2K25 will officially introduce a city to play in, just like NBA 2K. It's going to have intergender matches. The graphics will be better, obvs, and the gameplay smoother. So there we go. This hip-hop gamer is making this claim. Not seen anything from 2K. We know that we should get some on January 28th. I'm seeing that date consistently now. So it seems like January 28th we should get more information. But it looks like they might be introducing some city to play in, which I think sounds cool. But a lot of people on the stream were not feeling it. Apparently it's not a very popular feature in the NBA 2K series, so... Here we go. Kapata, thank you. PW Nexus just 2 hours ago said, might not be in Mexico after all. We're waiting for confirmation. So take that Mexico Backlash news with just a little bit of salt at the moment. PW Nexus are waiting to get confirmation on it. Could be true. Could be true. We just can't 100% say at the moment. Wow. Okay, let's go merch. Lots of interesting merch. So, Princess Q-Tab Itch. Penta with new merch, new masks, new shirts. I think all of that shirt in particular looks awesome. I think the mask looks great. Penta merch looks so good. There is not a single thing I would have changed about his debut yet. Everything has been brilliant. Everything has been brilliant. Yeah. Honestly, they're doing such a good job. WrestleBuzz, thank you. The Wyatt Sicks masks. We saw these a while ago. They were at a shop, maybe a Survivor Series shop or something like that, a Saturday night's main event shop. We saw them on display. You could buy them from, like, if you was there, but they haven't been on the WWE website, like the shop website. They are now. So here we go. Wyatt Sicks masks available. So Nikki, down here we got Huskus. We've got Rambling Rabbit, Mercy the Buzzard. Bit of a talk around the Howdy one. People are a bit disappointed that it's not all braided. I mean, and the mask, you know, you could get darker and better. I don't feel like the colour of the mask is quite right. And people want the dreads, not that hair. I feel like you could get it. You could customise it. You could make it look better. But for the average fan that just wants some and doesn't have that ability, at least something's available. So I know there's been some criticism of it. Nikki posting this as well. So showing all the masks available. So you can get to WWE Shop in the description if you want to have a look at those. And yeah, they're cool. We're here. Let us in. Okay, so that was merch. Let's go fun, shall we? Oh, this was really good, actually. I was really impressed with this. Let's go over. The iconic intro for WCW was filmed at Disney's Hollywood studio. You can still find parts of it, right? The Streets of America backlot is where they filmed it. That building, apparently, is one of the buildings you can see in the intro, and that bit there was used during the intro. So if you want to know where they filmed the WCW intro, it was here. That's amazing, isn't it? That is amazing that you could actually go, and as a wrestling fan, at least you would have, like, you know, something that you could visit. So, yeah, really, really cool. So, Disney's Hollywood Studios, MGM Studios. So, I really like that. I like that. I like places that you can visit as a wrestling fan that has got, like, meaning. I really liked when we found out where, like, Nightbird was filmed. You know, I thought that was awesome. So, yeah, Kim Shane, Nick Butcher, thank you. Just like what? Johnny, shout out to you.
Pink means power.
There you go.
Pink means power. Just like, you know.
And I'm gonna leave.
Just like, you know. Candy floss. Right here, what are CM Punk and The Rock saying? Look at that picture. Not seen that picture. That was from last week's Raw. So, Charlie, thank you. Look at this. The Rock and Punk having a conversation. Oh, I'd love to know what was said there. Oh, this is good. Jason, this is really good.
Here we are, just finishing up another episode.
Nobody cares. Listen, did you know that Mark Calloway's first ever professional match was as Texas Red, and his manager was Percy Pringle, who was later known as... is he doing the eye roll thing? Mark, are you doing the eye roll thing? No, we getting out of here. Lord have mercy.
Here we are.
Isn't that a brilliant clip? I love that clip. Man, you've got to have some balls to snatch this out of his hand and go, no one cares.
Just finishing up another episode.
Nobody cares. Listen, did you know that Mark Calloway's first ever professional match was as
still
Texas
got it,
Red,
man.
and his manager was
He
Percy
still
Pringle,
got
who
it?
was later known as...
Oh, God. So good. Hey, look at this. Obafemi won the NXT title, met The Rock backstage. Obafemi is big, but The Rock was, right there with him, actually. So I think he said, like, pleasure to meet you. So there's Obafemi and The Rock face to face. In my mind, Obafemi is bigger than The Rock, but I don't know, actually. I don't know. Yeah, really good. Really interesting. Right, we've done that. Let's go shall we? Yeah, JDS, thank you. Couple of images that just got put up. There's one here of Heyman peering through the... It looks like he's coming back from the ring. So I don't know that he's peering and watching. I feel like he's walking through and we've just kind of captured the moment because he's not there here, but then he is there. And he's not even... He looks like he's looking straight ahead to me. So this was posted by WWE. He's always watching. Don't know. I really feel like they're trying to make something out there that's not quite there. And then we had this as well. John Cena, Samoa Joe has now been uploaded on WWE Vault. This is from 2017. Oh my God. I bet that's great. I don't know where that's from, but I bet it's great. Okay, let's go community. Here we go. Here's Lenny. He said, I just saw the Unseen video. This is the one place that I go to meet wrestlers. So the Wrestling Collector. This looks good. I would go here if I was in the area. There we go. Look at that. They might want to change that, actually. If they're not getting many customers, I can think of a reason why. So, look at these old Hasbros. Oh, my God. Amazing. Yes. WrestleFest. Oh, my God. So good. Lenny, you are the best. You are the best. Sending in some awesome images. Yeah, man. If that was on my doorstep, they would be so sick of me. I'd be popping in like, how you doing? Did you enjoy Raw? Just having a real catch-up, you know? Right, Peter, shout out to you. Said, I got this shirt from a live event in 2013. Peter, shout out to you, buds. Ewan was actually at the show. So there we go, Ewan. I hope you had a great time. I thought Raw was brilliant. Leaping Lucha Larry was there as well. Look, San Jose, we're here. So good. Wes said, big shout out to Ringside Collectibles for this badass Bray figure. So 6 is available as a figure now. Mackenzie getting a follow and a like from the Jumping Bomb Angels. Very good. Word of Wrestling, shout out to you. Getting a like from Karrion Kross. Lynette, shout out to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Got a Cody Rhodes fan. Yes.
I did.
Yeah, it's Cody.
I'm like that. I'm like that when Lyra Valkyria comes out. But there we go. Brilliant. Lynette, shout out to you. Shout out to your son. That was awesome. James, thank you. Look at this. Helping out. Look at this. I knew James had a heart of gold. But he has seen that Sweet Chin Wrestling actually got a follow from Piper Niven. And James spotted it and was like, I'm going to help you out here. So look at that. Look, he knows as well. I've helped you out. So James helping out Sweet Chin Wrestling, getting into the community folder. Love it. Raymond, shout out to you. Getting a like from the Jumping Bomb Angels. Very good. And J Omega getting a like from the Jumping Bomb Angels and Grimm's Toy Show. Very good. Real Wrestling Fan getting, oh, look at that. Legends of Mid-South Wrestling DVD set. Very nice. And Riddick, no time wasted. I just bought the entire Wyatt Sicks mask lineup. Brilliant. The great one said, I got a few $100 for Christmas. I was given explicit instructions to blow it on something fun. Christmas Day, this dual auto was on sale for like 30% off. Both signatures. So that is so good. To get Cody and Roman, I mean, Roman's signature is worth a fair bit anyway. Cody's is actually, that is a really nice item. That's a good item to get. Likes by Dustin and Karrion said, Christopher, congrats, my friend. Robin with his Razor Ramon. And I think we're going into yesterday's bit. So there we go. That was the community folder. I think we've only got thanks to get to now. It's been a stacked episode. So, Billy, shout out to you, my friend. Appreciate the news about Jade Cargill. J Omega, thank you. Robin, thank you, my friend. Emmanuel, appreciate it. Lynette, thank you. Kapata, thank you, my friend. Kelly, thank you. Hieronymus Drake, thank you, bud. Word of Wrestling, appreciate it. Raymond, thank you, bud. Sweet Chin Wrestling, thank you. Chris, thank you. Big Bam, appreciate it. Wrestling's biggest fan, thank you, my friend. Bradley, thank you. Wild Child Billy, appreciate it. Babs the Barbarian, thank you, my friend. Patrick, thank you. Ajax, appreciate it. Charlie, thank you. CM Chunk, thank you, my friend. Mackenzie, appreciate it. It's Kaz81, thank you. And Charlie, thanks for the support. I will see you again next time. Bye for now.